Welcome to today's dynamic morning vinyasa yoga flow for energy and inner joy. This is a beautiful practice to help us wake up the body and improve our mobility and stability. We'll begin today's practice in child's pose, Halasana, joining the big toes together, widening the knees as you guide your hips towards the heels. Extending the arms out in front, resting the forehead on the earth. You might like to take a moment to set an intention for today's practice. Perhaps it's something as simple as expressing gratitude for showing up on the mat. Allow yourself to let go of any baggage that you are carrying, any mental narratives, and give yourself permission to surrender to the here and now. On your next inhalation, pressing into the palms, rising up into tabletop Vamanasana. Aligning the hips with the knees, hips are squared, and aligning the wrists with the shoulders. Elongating the back of the neck, engaging the core. And let's find our cat and cow, Marajyasana, Bitilasana. Inhale. Scoop the chest forwards, gaze up, stretch the throat, engage the core. Exhale, press into the palms, curl and round, chin to chest, separate the shoulder blades. Just like this. Great job. Returning your spine to a neutral alignment. Tenting up onto the fingertips, guiding the right foot towards the outer edge of your right hand. Coming into lizard posture, Utkata Konasana. Keeping your left palm on the earth under your left shoulder, raise your right arm skywards, gaze up. Option to tuck the back toes under and extend your back leg, engaging the quadriceps. Feeling the strength of the lower body. Right palm on the earth, lower the left knee down. Return to tabletop and let's go on the other side. Finding your expression of lizard pose. Inhale, find your twist. Raise the left arm. Maybe raise your right leg. Breathe. Lower the right knee down, lower the left palm down. Tabletop is where we meet. From here, tuck the left toes under, glide the left leg back. Raise your left leg, raise your right arm, bird dog. Flex the left knee and use your right palm to grab a hold of the medial edge of your left ankle. Raising your leg, coming into tiger pose via Utkatasana. Gazing forwards, opening the heart space. Mindfully release. Tabletop pose. Inhale, extend the right leg back, raise the left arm, bird dog, option to stay here. Let's come into tiger pose, keeping your left arm straight, pressing firmly into the top of your left foot to help you feel supported, spreading the fingertips wide, pressing firmly into the palm of your right hand, and gently release. Tabletop, and let's find a counter posture in cat pose, rounding the spine. Well done. Return to tabletop. Walk the fingertips out in front, tuck the toes under, raise the hips, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Gaze is between the feet. Lightly guide the chin to the chest to help you elongate the back of the neck. Feel the beautiful opening for the posterior chain. Mindfully elevate the heels and begin to slowly walk your feet towards the top of the mat, taking as many steps as you would like, keeping the abdominals engaged. Coming into a forward fold, slight bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana, and again. Option to place your fingertips on your shins, squeeze the glutes every time you straighten your legs. Let's go for one more round. Find your cadence. On your next inhalation, rise up into mountain pose. Join the palms together at heart center. Exhale, lower the arms down by your side. Close the eyes. Feel yourself rooting into the earth as you reach the crown of the head skywards. Inhale, raise the arms, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, bend the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, palms on the earth, step the left leg back. Lower the left knee onto the earth. Raise the arms, lower crescent moon, Anjaneyasana. Squaring the hips. Exhale, palms on the earth. Tuck the back toes under, step the right leg back, plank pose. Engage the core. Inhale, knees on the earth. Exhale, 8-limb staff pose, Ashtanga Namaskar. Lower the pelvis down last. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left knee to the chest. Lower your right knee down. Raise the arms, Kapiyasana or Anjaneyasana. Palms on the earth, step your right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, Samasthiti. Inhale, raise the arms, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, find length, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. This time, step your right leg back. Lower the right knee onto the earth. Raise the arms, finding our sun salutation on the other side. Exhale, palms on the earth. Raise the back leg, step the left leg back, plank pose. Lower the knees. Exhale, 8-limb staff pose. Inhale, Cobra, press into the tops of the feet and the pubic mound. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right knee to the chest. Place the right foot down, lower the back knee. Inhale, raise the arms, Anjaneyasana, open the chest, gaze up. Exhale, palms on the earth and step your left foot up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhale, find length, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, Samasthiti. Exhale, mountain pose. Reconnect with the breath. Continuing with this dynamic warm-up, we'll find a different expression of a sun salutation. Joining the feet together and slightly separating the heels. Exhale, palms together at heart center. Inhale, rise up, find length. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips back and come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Squeezing the inner thighs, opening the chest. Raise the hips, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, palms on the earth, step back to plank pose. Keeping the legs elevated, let's lower down into a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, pelvis is elevated, gaze up. Exhale, downward facing dog, send the hips up and back. Inhale, raise the left leg, three-legged dog. Guide the left knee to the chest, placing your foot between your palms and pivot your back foot out on a diagonal. Rise up into Warrior One, Virabhadrasana. Exhale, palms on the earth. Step the left leg back, plank pose. Find your chaturanga and we'll meet in downward facing dog. Know that you always have the option to lower your knees onto the earth if you prefer. Inhale, raise the right leg, three-legged dog. Right knee to chest and find your expression of Warrior One, pivoting the left toes out on a diagonal. Sinking the hips, raising the arms. Exhale, palms on the earth, plank pose. Chaturanga, downward dog is where we meet. From downward facing dog, you have the option to hop, step or float up to the top of your mat. Coming into a halfway lift, inhale, find length. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, Samasthiti, palms together overhead. Exhale, mountain pose, lower the arms down by your side. Close the eyes. You might like to separate your feet again to hip-width distance apart. Notice how the body has responded to this movement. Exhale, palms together at heart center. Inhale, raise up, find length. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, sink the hips back, squeeze the inner thighs together. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, swan dive. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, find length. Exhale, palms on the earth, step back to plank pose. Find your chaturanga. And on your exhalation, come into downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg, three-legged dog. Guide your left knee towards the chest. Exhale, left foot on the earth. Come up into Warrior One, pivoting the right toes out on a diagonal. Exhale, palms on the earth. Step the left foot back, plank pose, chaturanga. Finding your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to chest. Placing your right foot down between your palms, rising up into Warrior One. Doing your best to create a 90-degree angle with your right knee and the earth, lowering the hips. Exhale, palms on the earth, plank pose. Find your chaturanga. And we'll again meet in downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, raise the right leg, three-legged dog, right knee to chest. Pivot the body to the left, keeping the legs extended, heels out, toes in on a diagonal. Let's come into a standing wide-legged forward bend. Option 2, keep your fingertips on the earth, maybe grab a hold of your outer ankles. From here, palms on the hips, use the strength of your abdominals and the lower limbs to help you elevate the torso. This time, pivot the heels in, toes out, inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, lower down into goddess pose, aligning the knees with the ankles, squeezing the glutes. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, guide one arm under the other, maybe joining your palms together, coming into an eagle bind, reaching your forearms forwards to help you round the upper spine. Inhale, release. Exhale, find your eagle bind, Garudasana, in the opposite direction. Being mindful to keep the hips level with the knees. Breathe. Mindfully release the arms and extend the legs. Beautiful work. Let's come into Skandasana at the back of the mat. Bending the knee, extending the opposite leg, palms at heart center. Option to find an arm bind, guiding your fingertips behind your back and behind your leg, opening the chest. Beautiful work, returning your palms to heart center. Stay low, and let's find Skandasana, low side lunge in the opposite direction. Really engaging the pelvic floor here to help keep this an active stretch. Engaging the quadriceps of the leg that is extended. If you're in the arm bind, mindfully release, pivot to frame the top foot, step back to plank pose, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to chest and step your right foot up to meet the left, forward fold. If you have the mobility, you might like to keep your legs straight this time. Inhale, rise up, Samasthiti. Exhale, release the arms. From here, heel-toeing your feet towards the edge of the mat, toes out on a diagonal. Join the palms together and let's lower down into Malasana, Yogi Squat. Triceps are pressing into the inner thighs. And mindfully lowering your glutes down onto the mat. From here, extending both legs out on a diagonal, grounding down through your heels, toes and kneecaps face skywards. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, bend to the right, lateral spinal flexion. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend over to the left. And again, finding a beautiful side body stretch. And perhaps an opening for the backs of the legs and the inner thighs. On your next inhalation, elevating the torso, pivoting to frame your right leg, placing one palm on either side of your leg, and melting your sternum towards the midpoint of your thigh, feeling a beautiful release. With the support of your palms, mindfully elevating the torso, rolling the shoulders back, and let's find this stretch in the opposite direction, pivoting to frame your left leg and finding your expression of this forward fold. done, raising the torso, again rolling the shoulders back. And let's place both soles of the feet on the earth, palms under the thighs, and mindfully lower down vertebra by vertebra, coming to lie on your back. You have the option to rest here, otherwise we'll come into plow pose, Halasana, using momentum to help you elevate your hips, aligning your hips with your shoulders, placing your palms behind your sacrum, and beginning to straighten your legs and guide them overhead. Maybe resting the pads of your toes on the earth. If you're feeling okay here, you might like to release your palms from your lower back, interlace your fingers together, or simply keep your arms extended on the earth. Feeling a beautiful stretch for the upper back. Letting go. Wherever you are in the posture, engaging the abdominals and mindfully lowering down, returning your back and your glutes to the earth. Let's come into a spinal twist, using the support of your left hand to guide your right knee over to the left, keeping the left leg extended as you gaze to the right. Both shoulders are grounded. Feel the beautiful release for the lower back. Inhale, return to center, knees to chest. And let's find this supine spinal twist in the opposite direction. Well done. Drawing the knees to the chest. And let's come into Happy Baby Ananda Balasana, using the peace fingers and the thumbs to grab a hold of the big toes, or perhaps the outer edges of your foot, your ankle, your leg, guiding your knees towards your armpits as you flex the feet and raise the heels skywards. You might like to straighten one leg or both legs at a time. Taking any final movements. And when you're ready, we'll close practice today in Shavasana, corpse pose. Extending the legs, relaxing the arms the length of the body, turning the palms to face skywards, closing the eyes, giving yourself permission to receive all the benefits of today's practice. Allowing yourself to surrender and breathe. I invite you to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like, whether it's 5 breaths or 5 minutes. Really listen to what the body has to share with you today. Take a moment to thank yourself for getting on your mat today, recognizing that you could have chosen to be anywhere else. Sending you love and light. May you be well. May you experience true peace and joy.